Hello and welcome and hello. Technical difficulties. I wanted to get back and just do a part D of my NIO ER video I was trying to do before we were so rudely interrupted by some of my official duties. But big dog work comes first. That's one of the things you have to remember, guys. Big dog work comes first. You got to pay the bills. So hello and welcome and hello. Of course, we are talking NIO, ticker symbol NIO. If you saw my video fragment from a little while ago, we're talking ER. The ER is tomorrow morning, pre-market. And then I'm expecting the stock to dip because the Q1 was very, very weak. They only delivered about 30,000 cars. January is always weak. They have that festival, so there's like 3 weeks basically where nothing happens in China. And so we are talking NIO, ticker symbol NIO. It's un poco mas. Guys, I don't have a lot of time, so I just want to go very, very quickly through my little spiel about why if NIO crashes, basically, I would go ahead and buy that dip because, again, Q1 was weak structurally. We knew Q1 was going to be weak. They're retooling. They're rolling out this sub-brand. They're spending a lot of money developing these sub-brands. All through 2023, they built a ton of battery swap, even though they were not they were not building a ton of vehicles. And I was complaining. I was like, and a lot of us are Karens. A lot of us are stupid. A lot of us are short-sighted. A lot of us are overweight. A lot of us drink too much coffee. A lot of us talk too fast. A lot of us wear silly hats. There's a lot of things we do that are not favorable, but Whispering Puppy is back. It's Whispering Puppy. Whispering Puppy has entered the chat. Basically, guys, you know Roaring Kitty. Roaring Kitty moves markets. Whispering Puppy, my alter ego, DJ Patchy Drizzle. If you want to have a party and you want to hire a DJ who's just not going to get that party started, who's just going to come in, keep things on a real even keel, make sure people don't have too much fun, if you know what I mean, think about hiring DJ Patchy Drizzle. He comes in with a whimper and he leaves just the same. Playing the racks and sacks and the best on wax. That's DJ Patchy Drizzle for all your ba and bat mitzvahs, all your 80th and up wedding anniversaries, all your 3rd and 4th marriages, for all your needs, for all your depressing parties. It's DJ Patchy Drizzle. Just coming in with a great degree of ambiguity and very little excitement. It's a Patchy Drizzle. It's DJ Patchy Drizzle, the racks and stacks and the best on wax. We rain just enough so you have to go get your car washed, but you still have to water your lawn. That's DJ Patchy Drizzle. Playing the best on the ones and twos. Anyway, guys, I digress. If you want to hire DJ Patchy Drizzle, shoot me an email at fattennisninja@hotmail.com, and I'll see what I can do. Of course, I am booked through the summer with events in the Hamptons. I'm working with the former CEO of Goldman Sachs. After his Marcus product bombed and his DJ career went south, he decided to come under the tutelage of DJ Patchy Drizzle. He said, hey, I still might be a bald old asshole, but if I can learn to do a nice even-keeled set, maybe I'll go somewhere. Sorry, guys, it's been a very long day. I know that this is making no sense, but people are talking about you should buy NIO because the production's going up. I don't really think that's why you should buy NIO. The sub-brand's not even there yet. The sub-brand is extremely important. European expansion is in infancy. That's extremely important. The factory in Hungary to build battery swap stations is extremely important. They're already putting Gen 3 battery swap stations into service in Europe, which is incredible. And actually, they're putting Gen 4 battery swap stations, I believe, into Shanghai. I think it's next month. And those are the battery swap stations that are going to work with other brands. They're going to work with the sub-brand, and they're also going to be able to service the 150 kilowatt semi-solid state pack, and they're also going to hold 23 batteries. Why is battery swap so important? Why is it going to be encouraged by the Chinese state? And what does this mean for the NIO investor? I mean, I already talked about how much business. This is basically what I want to talk about. NIO helps the state. You're going to see the swap become the standard. That's with all their partnerships. Then they're going to be building the basic architecture for these vehicles for a bunch of other nameplates. They're not going to be building it. They're going to be licensing it. So it's all going to become standard. NIO's going to get a royalty on all that stuff. Battery swap is going to become mandated. They're not going to mandate the NIO standard, but it's going to be the only game in town. Why are they going to do that? Because in crowded areas and places where the power grid's unstable, it's taxed, NIO helps. Power grid, it functions as an energy storage station. It functions like one of those big Tesla cubes, only smaller. I mean, if you think about, 23 battery packs holding 100 kilowatts, and then they have, several thousand of those stations all throughout China. If there's a problem with the grid and it's just marginal, it's just 1 or 2%, NIO is going to be able to step in and help. And they're already seeing partnerships in Europe to do the same thing. So, that energy storage, it's not a lurker. I see not a lurker. Either that or I'm watching a rerun of RoboCop. I see him. He looks great. Folks, anyway, I was a little bit distracted by that. Winning Not a Lurker smile. Jay Money's here. Thank you for producing the show. I hope Alberto Bertiabla is also here. I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. I have only had 2 cups of coffee, but they were both 96-ounce cups from AM PM. Oh my God, I got to settle down. But anyway, guys, I'm trying to get through this because I just think it's an opportunity. I think Q1 was extremely weak, 30,000 vehicles delivered. Remember, they're on pace for about 1,000 vehicles a day as of last week. So we're talking about they're going to make as many vehicles next month as they made in all of Q1. So that's the run rate people wanted to see. And then you have the Onvo sub-brand. It looks just like a Model Y. It has features the Model Y doesn't have. In many ways, it's superior. Tesla, I think, really missed the boat on battery swap because when you combine battery swap with autonomy, you get a true robot. I mean, Tesla, they're talking about, hey, Teslas are going to go out and drive, but Teslas can't drive them, charge themselves right now. You could develop a robot to charge a Tesla, plug it in. I mean, that's not that hard. But the point is, Tesla sort of poo-pooed swap. It's not feasible. And NIO has proven the concept, guys. NIO has absolutely proven the concept. And it's just a thing of beauty. So I want to go over the proof of concept. I want to go over the partnerships. I want to go over how they're doing, what they're doing, and all that fun stuff. Let's see. That's my own stream, I think. I don't know what the hell's going on. Not a lurker is always 5 steps ahead of me. So's everybody else. But guys, welcome and hello and welcome. We're talking NIO, ticker symbol NIO. The reason we're talking NIO is because they're going to have their ER pre-market tomorrow. I expect the stock to get hit because, like I said, they didn't sell that many cars. When you don't have scale, you don't have numbers, your margins aren't going to be that good. Their margins have been weak. I expect their margins to recover significantly in Q2. And remember, Q2 is almost over. The last couple weeks, our numbers have been up significantly, going from like 1,500 cars, 2,000 cars, 3,500 cars, 5,000 cars, back to 4,200, all the way up to 6,700 cars in the last week, as you can see. Right about. NIO's orders up 37% in April. Deutsche Bank survey shows. NIO president confirms construction of F3 plant has begun. Says F1 and F2 can no longer meet demand. So their capacity, once that's done, is going to be up to about 1 million cars. NIO gets approval to build a third plant in China. Report says this plant will have capacity 600,000 per year, which will raise total capacity to 1 million units. They're also building another factory. Remember, guys, when a couple weeks ago when Tesla just went nuts because China approved them to do autonomous testing pilot on the road? Well, guys, I have a little news for you, a little news flash. Newsflash. Anyway, guys, NIO was also on that list. And, Tesla has a market cap about 50 times NIO. And NIO, again, they're making about 1,000 cars a day. They're a small potato. They're a small fish in a big sea. But China's critical. And NIO, I think, could very, very easily get bigger than Tesla in China. I'm a Tesla investor. I'm a Tesla bull. I'm a Tesla fan. But let's face it, Tesla delivered 15,000 cars in NIO. And in China, and NIO delivered 7,000 cars, or 6,700, which, it's not nearly the same. And I'm not saying, NIO is one half of Tesla, nothing like that. They're a tiny little flea on Tesla's backside right now. But I think in a few short years, they could be nipping at their heels. And, when I'm looking at the landscape in China and even in Europe, I don't see, I can't invest in Tesla at 50 times the market cap of NIO. I can't do it. I just can't do it. NIO has too many things going for them for me to do that. So NIO makes a list of China's level 3 and level 4 autonomous driving. And remember that NIO has been working with Eagle Eye or Golden Eye or whatever the hell it's called since 2018. So NIO was awarded an L3 autonomous driving test license in Shanghai in December 2023. Allows it to carry out road tests, autonomous driving systems, designated highways and expressways, and it's well prepared for the pilot. It goes on to say, I think earlier today announced China's Ministry of India, so that 9 car companies, and that includes NIO, BYD, Chang'an, who's partner of NIO, GAC, partner of NIO, SAIC, partnered with NIO, I believe, on charging, Blue Park, FA, China FA Group, partnered with NIO. SAIC, one of their divisions partnered with NIO for charging. So you can see of all these players, guys, NIO may be by far the smallest company, but they're one of the only native EV companies. And it's very, very exciting because they have been basically working with... what the hell does that say? Mobileye, who's been a leader in autonomous driving. They've been, contract with them, working with them since 2018. So autonomous driving makes so much sense when combined with battery swap. You have a true autonomous robot that can be out there doing a job at all times with almost no human intervention except for maintenance or if something goes wrong. What the hell did I write down here? I mean, yeah, their president said it. They can't meet demand. They're expanding. They're building new factories. They're one of the only EV companies. Other EV companies in China just, they're demand constrained. NIO's supply constrained. It's a great place to be. This company's about to explode. Their deliveries have just, 3x'd over the last couple of weeks. We just have to see if they can sustain this run rate and if the demand is there. I mean, the Chinese government is really, really pushing EV. So, the demand could be there, it could not be there. Thanks, Klaus. Good to have you. What is Savage doing? That is Savage is very opinionated. The Savage of Wall Street. You know him, you love him. He is the Savage of Wall Street. I once saw Savage do an entire video with the picture turned sideways. You're coming after me for my sombrero? How dare you? How dare you, Savage? I'm outraged. Goose fraba. Anyway, guys, that's okay. Savage is entitled to his opinions. It's a free country. What's up, Jeff Presley? Good to see you. Mazda Miata Corvette is here. Thanks, Mazda Miata. I appreciate that. Thank you for taking the time from cruising around in style with the top down to watch my video and make a comment. Appreciate you. I'm still here. Yeah, I'm trying to get some of this mental energy and craziness out of my head so my dear sweet better half doesn't have to deal with it. So I lay it off on you guys. Just push my angst and all my bullshit off on you guys. Let Savage of Wall Street absorb it along with those covered call profits. Bruno sold 7 covered calls today. Stock price guaranteed. No, options aren't telling us that, Bruno. I really don't think it's going to rocket this week. Maybe in a couple weeks, but I hope it does. But, I don't think it's going to happen. Options aren't saying it. It's not going to happen until the smart money lets it go. Turn him loose. Turn him loose. Have you seen the rant? Thanks, Jeff. Really appreciate you again. No Chinese crappy stocks. This is not a Chinese crappy stock. And then people are going to say China's uninvestable because China's a communist. Listen, China, I do not agree with their government. I personally pro-freedom, pro-democracy, but we are living in a world economy, and China's economy is much more stable than a lot of others around the world that people find investable. I mean, Chinese government is a lot more stable than most governments in Latin America. I mean, stability is not everything, stability through repression and, totalitarianism and violence. I mean, Chinese execute a lot of people. Me saying that I think NIO is a good undervalued company is not an endorsement of, the Chinese regime. I know people say that, no to China, no to China. Guys, I got news for you. A lot of the stuff you have is made in China. Fucking Tesla's made in China. Elon Musk, gets down and teabags Xi Jinping or whatever the fuck the guy's name is. I can't pronounce it. It's just the way it is, guys. I mean, Tesla builds in China. They're building a new factory there. Their business is based in China. When China tells them to do something, they do it. And if you think otherwise, you're just kidding yourselves. You think Jack Ma was the outlier. These guys are in charge, but the U.S. government can mandate things too. I mean, I'm a big SoFi bull, as a lot of you turds know, and the government come in and cut off student loans for years. There's nothing SoFi can do about it. They're the government. They're the government. What can you do? You can't fight the government. You ain't going to win. So that's just as true in the United States as it is in China. Just looks a lot more harsh and sort of unfair in China. But a lot of people think the business landscape is really not that bad and China is very, very investable. And I'm of that opinion. I bought some Baba back in at the lows. I'm buying NIO. I like NIO far more than those other Chinese car companies besides BYD. BYD is very good. I just think it's a little overvalued. NIO's still valued like it's just any other EV company, but battery swap is a huge, huge wild card. They have a massive lead. There are going to be mandates. Their partnerships are just through the roof. Guys, it's going to happen. If you start to look at some of the partnerships, just the recent stuff, NIO users, the smart driving features, the data they're collecting, 68,000 battery swaps in May with only 500,000 vehicles out there. If you do the math, every single vehicle in existence is battery swapping on average of once a week. It's the new gas station. NIO owns the means of production. NIO owns the infrastructure, the backbone. It's data, man. It's all flying around out there. You just got to know how to grab it. If you guys have ever seen Heat, that weird character, he's like, how'd you get this data? He's like, it's all floating around. So meets at some weird warehouse, like under some weird house, like outskirts of Dodger Stadium out in Chavez Ravine, buying a database of cash transactions so you can rob an armored car. Shame on you, Robert De Niro. Anyway, so that's neither here nor there. Great. Val Kilmer is a great character. And, of course, Pacino, she had a great ass and you had your head way up in it. It's like, I give you the Las Vegas. It's just, I love that Pacino character. Anyway, it's good stuff. And then makes organizational changes involving Onvo sub-brand. Again, I read all this stuff. You guys can read it too. Delivered 20,544 cars in May. All-time record. Fourth generation battery swap goes live June 13th, guys. It's only a week away. The fourth gen. Nobody else can even do Gen 1. They're on their fourth generation of battery swap. It's crazy. And if you go further, NIO extends the car purchase perks in June with only minor tweaks. NIO Power Unit secures first external investment, $207 million. NIO start formal operations, 150 kilowatt long-range pack, June 1. So that's already done. IM Motors plugs into NIO's charging network. That's a big brand. This is old registrations. NIO's 200,000th. NIO plans European expansion despite tariff uncertainties. And it goes on. The FAW partnership. Partnership with Hungarian University to enhance local engagement. I don't know if that's a big deal. But NIO partners with FAW Group on battery swap. The Battery Swap Alliance already has GAC Group, Chang'an Automobile, Geely Holding, Chery, JC, Lotus. These are huge, 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 huge state companies. Follow the bouncing ball, you simpleton morons. Why would these huge state-owned auto companies be signing on to NIO Standard and spend this money to develop NIO Standard, to develop battery swap, to develop charging standards? Slapping you in the face how obvious this is, that NIO is going to be a big player. The people out there that are still saying battery swap's a boondoggle, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to happen. It's already there. It's already proven. Oh, the FAW Group. The FAW Group gets it. FAW turds. FAW. Xiaomi, I always say that wrong. Xiaomi CEO visits NIO, checks out Onvo L70. This is the company that's just new to the EV game, absolutely blowing up. NIO swap stations reached 800, one-third support swap on pilot, which is like an automated thing. NIO Xpeng taking longer to pay supplier bills. Not really sure what that's all about. Maybe some cash flow issues. FAW joins. Onvo will contribute positively when it reaches 20,000 units, which I think it will very, very quickly, at least according to Deutsche Bank. And it goes on and on and on. Chang'an, all these partnerships. But these are big companies. The Onvo sub-brand is going to be absolutely critical. They're going to be exporting that bad boy to Europe. Anyway, guys, I'm completely out of my breath. I'm completely out of my mind. I was out of my head. I was out of my mind. How could I have been such a big freaking turd? Anyway, guys, I can't sing, can't carry a tune, can't hold a note. It's the Bloodhound Gang said, was that song, I Wish I Was Queer So I Could Get Chicks. If you ever heard Bloodhound Gang, One Fierce Beer Coaster. What a weird record. Anyway, NIO ain't shit. That comic car is trash. Can't trust Chinese stocks. Kind of real numbers. Just no. NIO's a real company selling real cars, and China has a real economy, and people really go to work, and they really build cars, and they really sell cars. So, I mean, Savage of Wall Street, you might be just a little bit bitter. Just a little bit. Just un poco. No, I'm not telling anybody, to buy NIO. I think it's undervalued. I mean, Yeah, if it drops a lot, Jeff, maybe buy a few shares. Dip a toe in the water. I'm not saying anybody devote a big portion of their portfolio to something they don't like, but I don't have a lot in my portfolio, very small comparatively. Anyway, you don't talk about Bruno. Thanks for covering NIO. Klaus is here. Jeff's here. Guys, I got to run. I got to get home. Savage Wall Street's here, of course. He's always here. No, love you, Savage. Thanks for stopping by. Guys, check out Savage's channel. He also has a YouTube channel. Jeff is here. Thanks, Jeff. Not a lurker. Thank you very much for wielding the wrench with so much fairness as you do. Thanks for producing the show. Thanks, Klaus, for stopping on by. Thanks anybody else who stopped by that I missed. My apologies, guys. We will get back to talk to you real soon. For now, we have to get back to real life. NIO, let's see how bad the Q1 ER is tomorrow morning. I expect it to be quite bad and the stock to be hit. And then once people realize that Q2 is already almost over and looks way, way better, and Q1 is in our rear view and is in the distant past and doesn't really matter anymore, I think the stock will recover quickly, and I think that will present you with an opportunity. But if you just think China is uninvestable because of government issues and such, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. And you got to do you, and you got to do what's right for you. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Peace. I'm out.